Hello and welcome to Bigfoot Files. This episode's going to be about why people don't believe in Bigfoot, and I'm also going to provide some arguments against their reasons. Okay, number one, just to get it out the way, is people believe that they may be seen as crazy if they start believing in Bigfoot, or say if they've seen a Bigfoot. So that might delay them reporting their sighting or stop them altogether, stop them talking about Bigfoot. And that's all for number one. Basically, people are scared of being seen as crazy. Number two is probably one of the biggest reasons people don't believe in Bigfoot. It's the number of hoaxes that are out there that are really damaging the reputation of more valid proof, such as the Patterson-Gimlin footage. And when potentially real footage comes from a previous hoax or nobody, they've lost all their credibility at that point. One of these hoaxers is called Rick Dyer. He's pictured here with apparently a dead Bigfoot that he's killed. He's known for faking this stuff all the time, especially he's even done it in a documentary with the BBC. And it just really damages the Bigfoot reputation. The main incident with the documentary happened at the end. The Rick Dyer and the director of the documentary was sleeping in tents outside. They hear some rustling, something bangs the director's tent. They both go outside. Rick Dyer has his gun, and he runs off. And then the director gets attacked, and apparently Rick Dyer shoots it or something. There's no blood or anything, apparently. Obviously, after a while, people who were involved in the filming came out and said it was a hoax, and that the director and Rick Dyer both were involved in the hoax. And for something so obviously fake to be broadcasted to potentially millions of people, it's just not good for Bigfoot's reputation, and is another reason why people just deny evidence when they see it. Number three is that a Bigfoot's actually never been caught. That may be the case for modern times, but in the 1800s, there were multiple examples of Bigfoots being caught. For example, the story of Jacko. In the summer of 1884, in British Columbia, Canada, railway workers were traveling down a remote area of the Fraser River. They captured a creature, it's believed to be a juvenile Bigfoot, and kept it in a cell for 7 days, feeding it berries. They named it Jacko. It was reported in the Daily British Colonist on July 4th, 1884. However, apparently Jacko escaped out of his cell after 7 days. This is no surprise when you hear what was reported in the Daily British Colonist. It reads, he's something of the gorilla type, standing 4 feet 7 inches in height and weighing 127 pounds. He has long black, strong hair and resembles a human being with one exception. His entire body, except his hands, or paws and feet, are covered with glossy hair about 1 inch long. He possesses extraordinary strength, as he will take hold of a stick and break it by wrenching it or twisting it, which no man could break in the same way. Also, you gotta remember, if Bigfoot are real, they're gonna be masters of their environment. They're gonna be good at evading humans and staying away. 4. Where are the bodies? To answer this question, I'm gonna say, when was the last time you saw a human body? And for some of you, it may unfortunately be recent, or you may work in a job such as a police officer where you may have to see bodies. But imagine those rules were fulfilled by other Bigfoots in a Bigfoot community. You would never see the bodies. Now, I'm not saying there's Bigfoot police officers and firefighters, whatever, that's ridiculous. What I'm saying is that in the Bigfoot pack or family, there may be Bigfoots who do take care of the bodies. This can, as far as I can see, this must be the only possible answer if Bigfoots are real, because there's no bodies. Number 5, if these Bigfoots exist, why are there so little sightings? Well, this depends what you regard as only a small amount of sightings. For example, this table is taken from the BFRO website. It details sightings in the US that have actually been reported to them, so this isn't all of the sightings. And for example, there's 438 in California alone, where the Patterson-Gimlin footage was filmed, which is playing in the background. There's been 132 in Georgia, 249 in Oregon, 653 in Washington. There's quite a few sightings, and these were only the ones reported to the BFRO. So a lot more sightings will have taken place, but if you go back to reason 1, people don't want to seem crazy, so they might not report their sightings, they might keep quiet about it, from fear that they would become the joke of the community. You may think that's all well and good, people reporting sightings to the internet with no real consequence for lying, but there have been sightings of people who are in a position of responsibility, such as police officers. Now, if you want to hear an awesome video about law enforcement seeing Bigfoot, then head over to Team Squatching USA for the law enforcement officer shares story. It's a great video and a great story. Also, in relation to the lack of Bigfoot sightings, you gotta remember the area that, if they're real, that they live in is absolutely massive and very rare for humans to go into that area. Okay, that's the end of this episode of Bigfoot Files. Thank you for listening and watching. Please respect other people's opinions in the comment section. Goodbye.